Hi, my name is Rick Miller. I'm one of the managing members of the Real Estate Web Academy. If you're not a member yet, visit us online at thecrazyrealestategiveaway.com. What you're about to experience right now is a glimpse of the hours and hours of real estate training we're offering to you absolutely free, with absolutely no strings attached. The free real estate training you're about to see is from one of our investors and contributors, Mike Collins. Mike Collins has been in the real estate business for the past 20 years, and he's become the master of wholesaling real estate properties. He's also the founder of the Rehab List, which in today's market has become the MLS for investors.
Okay, folks, we've had our fun. Now let's see if there's any profit. Well, let's count our profit, put it that way. Did we make any money, Charlie? We did, didn't we?
We most certainly did.
Okay, well, let's go over what we made, how we made it, how we analyzed it, and give a little bit of education on how that's done, and how people would analyze a deal, what it would cost them, and actually go through the numbers on this and the actual numbers so they get a feel for it. Does that make sense?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Okay, folks, here we are with the actual numbers. What we're going to teach you in this little section is how to evaluate the deal. The most important part of probably the entire purchase, the entire process, is evaluating the houses that you find or someone brings to you. And there's a lot of costs that people forget about, literally forget about. They don't add in. And Charlie's going to go over a couple of those costs right now. They're invisible costs. They're not really. You just forget about them when you're doing your math. So let's go through these and see how we analyze this deal here.
All right, keep in mind, everyone, that the profit is made when you buy the deal. Okay? This home was presented to us for $105,000. You've got buying closing costs, you've got your selling closing costs, and you also have holding costs plus renovation costs. So first you got to add all those costs up, figure out what your total investment is going to be, and then what your sale price is to see if there's any spread in the middle for you. That's your profit. And on this deal we projected a profit of $28,000.
Now on a sale of that magnitude, is that about the right, is that what people should be shooting for, Charlie?
Well, we were projecting an estimated sale price of $159,900. In a $150,000 price range, you want to make between $15,000 and $30,000. That's a good target to shoot for. $15,000 on the low end, $30,000 on the high end.
Those are important numbers, folks. Most people go into these transactions thinking they can make $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000, and if they break even or lose money, they're never going to be in the business again. You have to make a fair return on your money, and that 15 to 30 is a minimum. The 15 is a minimum.
Bare minimum.
Bare minimum. I think 20 to 30 when you get to that $150,000 price range, and it goes up from there. And when we're looking at this whole thing, Charlie, there's a couple of things that I think people forget about. Holding costs. What are holding costs, Charlie? What do they entail?
Holding costs is the interest that you pay every month on the money borrowed. If it takes you 3 months to renovate this home and 3 months to sell it, you have 6 months of holding costs. They're interest payments you're making every month. 6 monthly payments till the deal closes.
And taxes too, right?
Yep, taxes and insurance, yeah.
Right. And what are buying closing? And this one, it seems high, buying closing costs. What's with that?
Well, this particular property was in foreclosure, so for us to buy it at the $105,000 range, we had to pay the seller's closing costs, and they came out to be, with the selling and the buyer's closing costs, was $2,390 on this particular deal. That's double what you'd usually pay, but we factored that in.
Right. Yeah, it did seem high. Usually when you buy a property, you're only paying, if you're paying cash or you have an equity lender, excluding the costs of your loan, the costs are not that high, but we had that foreclosure where we had to pay for the seller's costs as well. Now these selling closing costs, is that a real estate commission? That's awful. I mean, do you always figure in a real estate commission?
Yes, you always figure in at least a 3% real estate commission, because we're not experts. Let the experts sell the house for you.
It is possible that we could have done it without a real estate commission and that would have been extra, correct?
Yeah, that'd have been more profit to the bottom line, but you know, it's better to overestimate than underestimate.
Now, any other costs you can think of that might come up during this process?
The renovation costs.
Well, I mean, in the buying, when they're analyzing the deal, because I think people get stuck a little bit on analyzing the deal. They get paralysis in analyzing the deal when they're going to buy it. And we're going to go on to the estimating the fix-up costs on top of this. But when someone's looking at a deal, where do they get their comparable sales, all that kind of stuff?
They do.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this great training resource. Just keep in mind that there's going to be a lot more trainings available for you. Just visit us at crazyrealestategiveaway.com.